Hey guys, welcome back to Professor Brady. I'm Professor Brady. I want to thank you guys for the support you've been giving me lately on this channel. It's been awesome to get to talk about some of these nerdy, geeky topics with you. And to know that someone out there listens. I've loved talking with you guys in the comments. I've loved talking about Star Wars and Loki and all this stuff that I've been, spending my time watching, playing, doing. It's really something special. So go ahead and subscribe if you think this could butt into something special. Something that gives us this kind of, escapism we're all looking for in this world today that's in a very, very unhealthy place and causing a lot of anxiety and grief. Anyway, that's enough of an introduction. I wanted to talk about game that I've been playing, that is STARFIELD. And the reason I'm so late with this review is because I started it and I absolutely hated it. I could not keep playing. I was bored out of my mind. But now, since that, I've went back to it. I've gave it another chance. And am I glad I did? Well, sort of. I have had some fun with it. I'm not going to say it's my favorite game of all time, but I just wanted to give you guys a few thoughts and see if you're experiencing some of the same things and kind of open up the dialogue on this game. So I'm 20 hours in now. That's a long time for me because I work a lot and I've got family obligations and stuff like that. So, not many games would I play for that long. Now, don't get me wrong, there's certain games I've played thousands of hours of. But it's got to be something pretty enticing. So 20 hours is a milestone that I'm pretty proud of, and I'm going to keep playing. Yes, I'm not even completely done the main campaign, but I'm very close, so don't spoil it. First thing I want to talk about, and this is kind of a prelogue to this review, but in terms of performance, I should let you know I'm playing on a Lemon, the Xbox Series S, that does lack the computing power to run things smoothly. That has been obvious since I got it. But since I'm primarily a PC gamer, I didn't really need the most powerful Xbox, most powerful system. I just needed it for a few games I play on Xbox. And of course, now that Bethesda's been acquired by Microsoft, Starfield is one of them. But this game has crashed so many times. Every time I play it, it's crashed at least 1 to 3 times. Every session, not 3 times that I've played it, every session. It is very straining on the Xbox Series S. So maybe what they should have done is not even make it available on the Xbox Series S. Phase out the Series S for the future of Xbox. And usually when it crashes, it's in one of the many, and you can't disagree with this, the many loading screens in the game. And, another kind of introductory remark is my opinion of the game different because it was a day one Games Pass release? Well, yes. Honestly, yes. In my mind, everything on Games Pass is free. Now, I know that's kind of a stupid philosophy to have because I'm paying a lot of money for Games Pass every month. I think it's up to like $18.99 or $19.99 now. And months go by, I don't use it, but I'm still paying for it. Of course, it's bundled up with the online Xbox Online service. However, my opinion is different because of that. I'm part of the problem. I hold it to a different standard if it's free on Games Pass or if I've paid upwards of $100 for the game. I live in Canada. Games are expensive. But my first thought, kind of my main opinion of the game is that it's not really an open world like I was expecting. And I'm a huge Bethesda fan. I grew up playing Morrowind and Oblivion and Skyrim. I've been playing now for over 10 years. I've bought it about 5 times. But that's another discussion. Yes, it's ridiculous. But Starfield, it's honestly driven by a menu system rather than exploration and immersion. If you ever played the Games Pass game Outer Worlds on Xbox, it's similar to that, divided into small chunks that you fast travel to. That's all you do. Seriously, you load up the game, you go talk to a character, they tell you, oh, you need to go to Mars and get this and bring it back. Well, okay. So then I go into a menu system, I click the little map, that brings me into another menu system. And that's like this universal menu system. Then I go into the specific galaxy, a different menu, the specific star system, a different menu. Wow, now I'm, 6 menu systems deep? And I fast travel to my ship. I do the same thing from my ship. I fast travel to Mars. I get off the ship in Mars. I'm maybe 30, 40 feet from this, mine or outpost or somewhere I got to go pick something up. Run over there, kill a few AI that are pretty, quite frankly, easy to kill. The only time I've died is when, ran out of ammo, ran out of med packs. If you're stocked up on ammo and med packs, it's impossible to die. They're a bullet sponge, you're a bullet sponge. But the AI is dumb. I can't even remember what I was saying about the game now. Oh my. It's been a long week, a long day. Anyway, that's something I didn't like. That's kind of my main thing. Oh, let's talk about something I did like. And this might be controversial for some of you, but the lockpicking in the game is different than previous Elder Scrolls games. And by the way, when I say I was an Elder Scrolls fan or a Bethesda fan, I'm primarily talking about Elder Scrolls. Fallout, I played Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 4, and I did not play Starfield 70 or Fallout 76 because everybody said it was terrible. But lockpicking in the old Elder Scrolls game, you put in your 2 lockpicks and you turn it until they latch and opens the lock. I don't know why, but that's sort of what I was expecting in Starfield. But no, in Starfield you have multiple rings. Okay, so they're circles. And this took me a long time to understand, honestly. The game really didn't do a good job of teaching me how to do this, or I was completely zoned out when it taught me how to do it. One or the other. It could be either, honestly. But you need to align your digipicks, they're called. Align your digipicks inside each ring in like a kind of insert block pattern. So you do all these rings, like 5 rings, and then you click it and it successfully or unsuccessfully unlocks. I really like that about the game. Now, some people don't like it. Some people find it tedious. And there is a skill in the skill points that allows you to have some help with that, kind of highlight where you've placed your other digipicks to remember, because it's kind of like a memory type thing when you're lockpicking. But by the way, lockpicking is sort of like a separate mini game in this game, and that's why I like it. I find it pretty interesting doing so. So that's something I like about the game. I want to be positive in all these videos. I don't want to rip the game to shreds. It's not that bad. Something else kind of bothered me a bit is the Constellation main quest line. It's not very inspired. It's kind of boring, honestly. But what really irritates me about it is you can't really play evil. And in this game, when I set up my character, I set him up to be kind of like a scoundrel Han Solo evil a dirtbag kind of character. And in every chance to be a dirtbag, I try to be a dirtbag, and my companion does not like it, and that screws me over in some other way. Or I end up in jail, running from the guard. Oh, I can't run from them. I'm just automatically sent to jail with my stolen contraband, usually drugs, confiscated. But anyway, that's just like a little kind of gripe with the game. I wanted to play an evil character, but I guess I wish I would have known when I was setting up my character that you had to be a goody two shoes, because that would have changed things definitely. Now I'm back again, sitting in front of the fire. Actually, I wonder, can I switch this around while I'm in the video? No, I can't. Anyway, here's the fire. This is the video camera on the iPhone 14 Plus. Wanted to kind of test it out. As I finished this video, I was going to go ahead and here we go. I was going to go ahead and start back up the computer and that after I plugged it in, but I just thought maybe this would be interesting for a little test while I talk about Starfield. But what was I even talking about? Oh, your character selection. I wanted to be a scoundrel. The game wouldn't really let me. Now, don't get me wrong, it did, but in even certain dialogues with characters, when you kind of choose your reply after they said or did something, if you choose the evil reply, they respond in a ticked off way, and then you go back and you have to choose the good or neutral reply. So I find that kind of annoying. And can you even hear me with this blower on in the background on the stove? I don't know, actually. This might be garbage. But in terms of like character skill trees and character building, that was fine. You got to create a character that looked something like you. I thought there was a suitable amount of customization. The skill trees I do like. You got your basic physical, technological, science, combat, and I'm still only 20 hours in, like I said, so I'm mostly choosing skills that up my health, increase my damage. I haven't gone with any specialized skill systems. Of course, early on you want to get the skill for the jetpack, boost pack. That's a pretty cool mechanic that's new to Bethesda games. Some people might go for the lock picking skill, which helps you remember where you've got your lockpicks set up in the other rings of the lock. Makes it a bit easier. And there's lots of piloting skills that help you in space combat, but where I'm at in the game, I haven't really encountered a lot of space combat. And that's sort of surprising to me, because the whole game is sort of like a space simulator. However, there's no real simulation to it. Like I said, menu system on top of menu system on top of menu system. It's basically a situation where you don't have any freedom to explore the universe. Sure, if I wanted to, I think I could choose a random galaxy, choose a random solar system, choose a random planet, and fast travel to that. But of course I would have to travel to each system along the way if I hadn't discovered it yet, because they say it's too far and unexplored. You have to travel to a closer star system first to map it out, I guess, which is fine. That is a realistic thing to assume. But when I got there, okay, I'd land on the planet. It's some procedurally generated wasteland that is uninhabited. There's only so many inhabited planets, and they all feel the same. And the two main ones I've seen so far is New Atlantis, which is kind of like your starting hub, and Neon, which is kind of like a cyberpunk-looking planet, but obviously not as interesting as Cyberpunk looks to me right now, which is probably what I'll be playing very soon. uh, but it's not an exploration game like that. So if you think it's like the Elder Scrolls, where when I was playing the Elder Scrolls, I looked at that map and I seen somewhere I wanted to travel to, I would have to walk there through the open world. Along the way, I'd hit all these bandits and bandit camps and guards and side quests and AI acting smart and funny and awesome. And I had all these amazing memories playing this as a kid. And maybe I'm romanticizing it a bit, but I wish that was Starfield so much. But it's not, and I have to stop comparing it and wishing for it to be something it's not. At the end of the day, it's Outer Worlds mixed with Fallout in space. Is it terrible? No. Do I recommend it? Sure, if you like that sort of game. But I wanted something like No Man's Sky mixed with Cyberpunk and Star Citizen, and me on my ship with my crew exploring the galaxy, making a life for myself, doing all the stuff I wanted to do, a real flight simulator type experience, and I didn't get that at all. But take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt, because I'm very low in the game. I have not played much. I'm at 20 hours. I expect to make another video when I'm at 50 hours. But with, I'm an adult, it's going to take me a while to get there. But I want to make another video when I get there and talk about how my opinions have changed. These are very early impressions, so if you have any non-spoiler advice for me at this point, be sure to share it, because anything that'll make my experience playing it better would be great. Like I said at the beginning of the video, just a few thoughts, just me rambling to the internet to see if anybody cares. One last thing here, I'm actually getting ready to work on editing the video. I forgot to mention in my notes the first-person shooting on Starfield. The first-person shooting, I had to insert this little clip because it's actually pretty good. Don't get me wrong, the enemies are bullet sponges, I'm a bullet sponge, but it looks pretty interesting. The guns are uninspired, there's not many varieties, and when there is, it's the exact same gun with a different add-on or skin or some tiny midway of being different. But at the end of the day, the shooting is pretty good for this type of game that's not a first-person shooter. Would it hold up to Call of Duty or Battlefield or something like that? No, of course not. But in terms of an RPG like this, I'm pleased with the gunplay. Anyway, I just had to add that in. Sorry for so many weird perspectives and cuts in this video. Technology can sometimes be a bit of a nuisance. Thanks. Bye. I really want this kind of YouTube experience. I've only made a few videos, but it's sort of been therapeutic for me to have something to do and someone to talk to in my free time, even though there's not so much of it. I'm going to talk about video games, books, manga, anime, all things TV, all things escapism. Soon I'm going to be talking about the Loki series, and spoiler alert, I did not like it. And I'm only on episode 3, so I can't say anything yet, but once it's finished, I will definitely be updating you with how I feel about it in its completed context. Thank you guys so much. Subscribe if you think you might want to see what I'm up to in the future. And thank you for watching. Comment, like, all that stuff they say you're supposed to say at the end of a YouTube video. Goodbye.